Welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm your host, Jessa Jeremiah. We have a great show for you today. First, we are going to check in with our news partner, Wisconsin Athletic Foundation. And we've had Wisconsin Athletic Foundation on a few times, but this is the first time that Dick Powell is joining us, so welcome.
Well, thank you.
Thanks for joining us, and just such an interesting topic. I love having you guys on because this is something that I think viewers at home need to know about, and I know that we're needing some help from them as well. But first, let's go ahead and demystify some of these acronyms, shall we? So who are the WAF? And then what is the RAC, W-R-A-C? Let's talk about that.
Excellent. Well, WAF is Wisconsin Athletic Foundation, and the RAC, like our
lovely logo back there.
Absolutely shows. Is Wisconsin Regional Athletic Complex. And what the RAC really is a project of the Wisconsin Athletic Foundation, which we are a nonprofit tax-exempt organization, and our sole purpose is to enrich the community by providing top quality athletic opportunities for youth and adults in Sun Prairie, Madison, Dane County, and Wisconsin as visitors.
Oh, that's just wonderful stuff. And now why RAC?
Why the RAC? Well, the RAC is important and necessary because we have a couple limitations in Wisconsin. Right now, if you look at the access to, excuse me.
That's okay.
What we have is several factors are limiting the growth of field sports in Dane County, and very specifically, they are the lack of indoor field space and outdoor artificial turf. And then we have, of course, the weather in Wisconsin, which is always changing. So our goal here is to make both those points relevant in Dane County by providing seasonal access to sports regardless of the weather.
Yeah, and what an important cause, especially for youth in the area, and having an outlet to go really 6 months out of the year, right, when we struggle to find an outdoor space to do these kinds of activities. So I just think it's wonderful what you guys are doing. And let's talk a little bit about when this is going to be built, where it will be.
Okay. Where it's going to be built is at the property will be located at 3559 U.S. Highway 51 in Sun Prairie, which is just south of Capitol Drive. The property is a 60-acre parcel, which is immediately adjacent to Reiner Road to the east, US 151 to the west, and Capitol Drive to the north. So if you imagine that corridor, it's just right there on the south side of the corridor for Reiner Road 151.
That's a great location. And just a side note, do you know specifically why that location was chosen? Is it just, accessibility?
Well, we chose that location for a number of reasons. Number one being is just where it's located is that we still have bus routes that can make it out from Madison for the underprivileged to access our facilities, as well as the traffic flows. If teams coming from outside of Wisconsin or maybe northern Wisconsin can fly down into the airport, and it's really only maybe 5 or 10 minutes away. So it's just a wonderful access route, and especially with adjacency up and down on 151, and its access to other parts of the state.
Yeah, I think that's just great how accessible you've made this location once it's up and fully built, and just a great way for folks to be able to get there easily. So that's important too, right?
Absolutely.
And now let's talk a little bit about what we can do to help, because I know you're actually in need of some help. So talk to us about that.
Yeah, we have a couple things we're looking for. Primarily, we're looking for to build an army of volunteers. And what do we need volunteers for? We need volunteers to help us canvass Sun Prairie and the greater surrounding area to make sure the residents are aware of the project. Number two is that we have several of our fundraising activities. We need people to help participate in that. Some of them are, I'm not sure if you've heard of SCRIP programs, where a SCRIP program is where you can help fundraise without changing any of your shopping behaviors that will help fund our project. Other things are Milk Moolah and Dollars for Donuts with Quick Trip. Woo!
Oh, okay. Lots of great ways. That's wonderful.
Sure.
And let's talk about timing as far as help goes real quick.
Well, our timing really is immediate. The grand opening is scheduled to be April 3rd of 2015, and there's so much to be done. And so we're trying to find volunteers to help us accomplish those goals as quickly as possible.
Great.
Now.
Yeah, so you need help now, and you need volunteers, most importantly. So.
And most importantly, volunteers.
Yeah. Great. Well, wonderful information. We always appreciate you guys coming on and sharing what you're doing, because what a wonderful project for folks at home to eventually hopefully get involved in and utilize as we get to that point, right?
Absolutely, that'd be great. Thank you very
Powell,
much.
thank you so much for joining us from Wisconsin Athletic Foundation, our news partner. We're just getting warmed up. We've got lots of talk of the town coming up after the break. Welcome back to Talk of the Town. We are getting the opportunity now to talk to Sarah Burnt, who joins us from Hybrid Athletic Club. We're going to pick your brain a little bit, Sarah. Welcome.
Awesome. Thank you.
So I'm excited to have you. I got a chance to talk to you the other day on our show, Girl Talk, but we're going to talk a little bit more expansively about what you do today. So tell me about Hybrid Athletic Club, and basically just give me an overview. What do you offer?
Sure. So Hybrid is a full-service athletic club. We have memberships for just use of the facility, or what's most popular is the membership that includes our unlimited group fitness classes, which is great too, because unlike a lot of other places, you don't have to sign up in advance for them. Everything's included in the memberships. You can go to as many and try as many different ones as you'd like.
Awesome. Yeah, that's a really nice option for people that have group fitness. Some people really get charged up being in a class that's, a nice group setting, so that's wonderful. And talk to us a little bit about, what do you think sets Hybrid apart with all the gyms in the area and nationally? What makes you different?
Sure. So Hybrid has a really unique layout to start. We're really a gym that is built and designed to foster training and training programs. So that includes our group fitness, like I mentioned, and also our Hybrid Health Plan, which is our 12-week progressive health enhancement program.
Okay, so let's talk about the Hybrid Health Plan. And I actually was sneaking a peek at your website, and I saw some impressive results in regards to this health plan. So give me kind of the overview of what the health plan is all about, what it includes.
The Hybrid Health Plan is 12 weeks. It includes a free membership to Hybrid when you're in the program, which is a great benefit. And we do that to encourage people who are participating to try other forms of exercise and keep, their routine spiced up.
Yeah.
For the program, you get a different workout every day that you do in a small group setting. So it's really intimate, it's great morale building as well. And you get to learn how to use all of the equipment that we have at Hybrid, including all of our functional equipment, which is really a nice aspect. And in addition, we have a comprehensive nutrition program that goes with it, so people can really obtain great results in a short amount of time.
That's really wonderful. So they're getting all kinds of tips, different workouts, which is really nice to help keep you interested and motivated as, you get a little bored doing the same thing over and over again. And I actually read that, I think it was the average weight loss was 43 pounds. Wow, that is just really impressive. So that's great. And having Fit Fresh right there on site must be really helpful too for this program, as we got a chance to talk to you about that the other day, and just what a great piece of the puzzle that is, having the right nutrition in place. So that's great. Let's talk a little bit about who this training program is for. Is this a program that anybody can be a part of?
It is, it really is, and that's one thing we've seen too that's really unique, is that we have people who come in who love the accountability, maybe have a great fitness base to start with, and just really love getting to learn so much about fitness and participate. But we also have a lot of people who maybe have never been to a gym, or it's been a really long time since they were active, and want to get some really dramatic results, like you mentioned, with weight loss or getting off medications and reducing the risk of disease.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing that's tough, where, believe it or not, ready or not, holidays are coming, and it can be a tough time of year to keep on a workout plan, and particularly in regards to health. So give us some pointers. How do we avoid that holiday slump?
Right. Well, I think having a plan is the first key, like you mentioned. And whether that is group fitness or participating in a program like the Hybrid Health Plan, having an idea of what you're going to do is important. And then also making sure that it's fun and creative and you have some flexibility in it, so that you're trying new forms of exercise. Depending on your schedule and your lifestyle at the time, something may fit better at one point than at another.
Yeah, absolutely. And if folks want more information, what's the best route for them to go? Website?
Yeah, our website's great, but we also have a lot of information on our Facebook page, and that's also the best place to look to get the most current upcoming promotional information and take advantage of those sales and specials.
Very good, yeah. So lots of reasons to check out Hybrid Athletic Club. And you guys are in Fitchburg.
We are.
Commercial Drive, is that right?
Commerce Park. So
Commerce
we're
Park.
just up from the movie theater, so near the water tower.
Oh, okay. You know,
Yeah.
I haven't been over there to check you guys out. I'm going to have to do that because
That'd
it
be
sounds
great.
great. And I also read that this is a 17,500 square foot facility. So this isn't a teeny tiny little gym. You've got a big, nice big area.
We do, and we've since expanded, so it's 20,000 now. So we need to update our website, but yes.
Wow, 20,000 square feet. That's great. So classes, all kinds of different fitness. And I love that you show people how to use the machines too, because sometimes that can be intimidating if it's been a while since you've worked out. So that's great that you do that.
Yes, definitely.
The whole package over there.
That's right.
Right here in Fitchburg. So thank you so much, Sarah Burnt from Hybrid Athletic Club. Go check them out. And after the break, we're going to talk to two sisters who believe in simple, natural, and local when it comes to pie. So we're going to talk to you more about that after this. Welcome back to Talk of the Town. You're in luck. We're going to talk about pie. This is a great topic I love. We've got Shelley Cross and Jill Long, two sisters who join us as the owners of Humble. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you very much.
Very excited to have you. So, got a chance to chat with you very briefly before we started, but you're actually both from the South.
Yes.
And moved up here to Madison. So, talk to me a little bit about what it was like growing up in the South and then now coming here, living and baking in Madison.
Well, it was interesting because when we moved here, the first thing we kind of had the pie idea in the back of our head. And so we started looking around, trying pie different places, and we realized that there is a little bit of a difference between pies in the South and pies here. So we thought it would be a good place to bring our Southern style pie.
And we missed it. We
Yeah.
missed that, those
Yeah.
flavors we grew up with.
I can imagine some Southern pie. There's nothing quite like it.
That's
so
right.
I totally agree. What do you think about as far as today's pies? Is there a difference from what you grew up eating as children?
Well, we find there are a lot of differences. But the main thing, there are a lot of changes in food in general and the way people perceive food. People now, it's very important to use all natural ingredients, to source locally. And I think all of those things have really improved the pie.
Yeah, I agree. I saw on your website, I enjoyed the wording, but it was simple, natural, local, and I think that embodies what you guys do, and just great stuff, especially when you're talking in terms of food, having natural, locally sourced, you know, that's something that is just needed here in Madison, so great job. And what do you think as far as the community response? How's the community responded to your pie?
They love us. We are in the Regent neighborhood, and we've had wonderful support from our neighbors there. And we were part of that community, and that's a wonderful feeling. They will come in and buy boxes and boxes full of pie and take it to their friends or their coworkers, just to spread the word about us, that's lovely.
I love that. That's
Yeah.
great. And you do not only, I mean, you do whole pies, but you actually bake individual pies
Right.
too. So you can just
Yes.
come in and have a seat and eat yourself your own little individual pie.
Right,
I
right.
love that.
Yeah, that's what we
great.
keep in the case every day is
Okay.
a selection of sweet and savory pies. So
Wonderful.
you can get your lunch and have a little treat afterwards.
Yeah, I'm there.
Or 9 little treats.
Yeah. You don't have to convince me. I'm ready. That's wonderful. So talk to me about, we have talked now about local. Where specifically do you source your ingredients from?
We have some wonderful farm partners, Equinox Community Farm in Wanakee. Then we have 2 in the Madison area, Living Earth Community Farm and Hilltop Community Farm, and they're wonderful, wonderful.
Awesome.
They've brought us some things we've never had before, fruit-wise, that doesn't grow in the South, so that's been very exciting this year.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
neat. Kind of keep it unique
Yes.
and have some unique options for
Yes.
people. And does your menu change frequently?
It does. We have a seasonal menu that we introduce every 4 months, and then we also, in our case, change up our flavors every week, or we might add more different flavors during the week also.
Wonderful.
So
Just
there's always a little
whatever-
variety.
Whatever inspires us, it's a chance for us to be creative And so a lot of the time we'll get partway through a season and say, hey, let's change it now.
Yeah, that's great. I love that. So you can come in and get some of your favorites, but you can also see what's at the whim of these two sisters.
Right. It is. It's our whim.
That's right. I love that. I love it. That's great. What about, let's talk about holidays are coming up. Are there any maybe different or unusual flavors planned that are going to be seasonal holiday flavors?
Well, one of our favorites is a pie that we do that's based on our mother's fresh cranberry relish. So we've kind of turned that into a pie with oranges and apples and a nice sour cream honey glaze. So that's kind of unique. And then we do a sweet potato cardamom. We do a traditional pumpkin, but we add a little twist with pepitas.
Pepitas?
Yes.
Really? Love it. Okay. That's good. Interesting.
And then we have our grandmother's Alabama pecan pie. We do that every
Delicious.
season.
It's traditional, but it is outrageously good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love a good pecan pie. And usually I've never had a grandma recipe that hasn't been outstanding.
Yes.
I love that when it comes down from generations and you guys put your southern twist on it. And yeah, southern pie, you really can't beat that. So wonderful. So Humble, and you guys are located on Allen Street.
Yes.
So go check out these ladies, Shelly and Jill over at Humble. Get yourself some good southern pie. After the break, we're going to talk to a yoga studio celebrating their 20-year anniversary. We'll tell you about a great event they're having after the break. Stick around. Welcome back to Talk of the Town. Joining us now, we have Jim Manos and Amy Heater, who join us from Main Street Yoga. And pretty exciting stuff. Main Street Yoga is celebrating 20 years. So welcome, guys. How are you?
We're doing great. Thanks for having us.
Good. No, we're very pleased to have you. So we got to find out a little bit before we started, but tell me more. Now, you guys are having an event that is coming up celebrating your 20 years of teaching yoga. So exciting.
Yep, that's
Talk to
right.
us about this.
Well, Main Street Yoga opened in 1994, so we're having our 20-year celebration, our 20-year anniversary, and the celebration is happening on Saturday, November 8th. And so it's open to the general public, anyone can come. We're having some yoga classes that open to anyone, starting at around 1 o'clock in the afternoon. We'll have the yoga classes through the early afternoon and early evening, and then we're going to be sitting down with all the students and talking over the history of the studio, and then we're going to have a kirtan. And a kirtan is a musical event where people will be singing with the musical leader and things of that nature. So it should be a really, really great time.
That's wonderful. So now, is anybody welcome to this event? Is this exclusive for members, or who can come?
Anybody can come, and those afternoon classes will just be like 20-minute demo classes
Oh, neat.
to be able to experience the various teachers at Main Street Yoga. We have a really experienced pool of teachers, which is one of the main treasures of the studio. So we want to let people in the community who might not know about Main Street Yoga what an asset and what a gem this studio is. It's a beautiful space. It's a very unintimidating, welcoming environment. So you can learn more about the event by going to our website, mainstreetyoga.org. Look at the events page or visit our Facebook page.
Very nice. So this sounds like a really nice opportunity for people who haven't been to Main Street Yoga yet to come over, see what it's all about, see what kinds of things you offer, and
Yeah.
have a little fun.
Yeah, all
Absolutely.
events are free of charge.
Love that. That's
Right.
great. Well, that sounds a lot of fun. So now, you guys are 20 years old, Main Street Yoga, and the second oldest yoga studio in Madison, I understand. So what an accomplishment. That's very exciting in and of itself. Talk to me a little bit about what you think sort of sets you apart, makes you stand out from the other yoga studios in the area.
Well, Amy touched on a good point about how open our studio is. Lots of windows. It's almost like you're practicing outdoors. There's trees around, and you can still have a view of the Capitol from inside the studio. So there's a lot of natural light flooding into the studio, and that's a really strong benefit of our studio space. But the biggest asset I think we have to offer is the experience of our teachers. We are 20 years old now. One of our instructors has been teaching more than 20 years in Madison. I've been teaching for 18 years. We have a yoga therapist who takes on private lessons and leads therapeutic classes. And she's been practicing teaching for over 15 years. And then Amy and a couple other of our instructors have been practicing and teaching for over 10 years. So just those 6 instructors at Main Street Yoga have over 90 years of experience.
Wow. That's impressive. That's very wonderful.
Absolutely.
That's great. That's great to know as, you know, coming in, if you'd be coming in as a new student potentially, that there's all that experience, a pool of wealth of knowledge, right?
Right.
Let's talk a little bit, I'm going to ask Amy about yoga therapy. So yoga therapy is offered at Main Street Yoga. What is that?
So therapeutic yoga is catered towards people who might be dealing with chronic condition or an acute injury, maybe their knee, their hip, or their back. And Iris Mickey, a teacher that he just mentioned, she's trained to work with people in group settings and teach therapeutic yoga adaptations. And she also offers one-on-one private yoga therapy instruction. And so it's a wonderful tool for people who are looking for ways to heal and just to overcome these limitations that they might have.
Very good. And what do you think that you would say people might find at Main Street Yoga that they wouldn't necessarily find in other studios? Is there something specific?
Well, I feel that our studio is a very open, inviting environment. It's not intimidating in any way. And during our classes, we really focus on making sure that the practitioners are practicing in a really safe way, practicing in a way that they're going to get as much benefit out of their practice as they can. But again, stay really safe, know what they're doing and why they're doing it.
Wonderful.
So we try to be open to everybody and very, very safe. And we take pride in that aspect of our studio.
Absolutely. Well, great stuff, guys. Very exciting. Congratulations on 20 years in business. This is Amy and Jim at Main Street Yoga. So check out their event, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much.
That's quick, huh? All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us for Talk of the Town today. Please join us next time.